Hi again, everyone, and welcome into UnAnchored Boston with Bob Lobel. I am Mike Lynch, and as always, we are brought to you by Cold Springs RV, your destination for all things camping. And where? I'm glad you asked. We're in New Hampshire, of course, and by the great George Gray, the big wheel we call him at George Gray's Lexington Toyota, 409 Mass Ave in Lexington. All right, you know, NBC has that show, The Masked Singer. Well, these are the masked podcast hosts. Bob Lobel on the left, Mike Lynch on the right, and we are going to stay masked this week because it was such a success last week. I don't know, Bob. We should take that personally. That people would rather not see us talking, our lips moving. I don't know how I should take that.
I don't think you should take it personally at all. Actually, absolutely not. It's like radio. Go back to your radio days. It was fine. Don't worry about it. Maybe if you were the one that they were looking at, then they'd take it personally. But
the old line was beat to death over and over again. You have a good face for radio, something like that.
Absolutely. There we go. We're proving it right now.
All right, Robert. What has piqued your curiosity since we last spoke?
I mean, it's NFL. It's like swimming in your head. I don't know how you can get away from it anymore. But the question I really want to get to at some point is, when did the NFL surpass Major League Baseball as the national pastime? But we can get to that later. But obviously, the Patriots facing the Buffalo Bills this coming Sunday. I mean, if I listed a bunch of teams that you think the Patriots can beat or can't beat, I don't know what I'd put down. I mean, can they beat the Packers? You think they could beat the Packers? You think they could beat the Lions? You think they could beat the Kansas City Chiefs? You think they can? Do you think they can actually beat the Buffalo Bills, coming off of what Buffalo did on Sunday? I mean, let's talk about these guys. They've had a week off. We don't know. Good trip run by Mike Vrabel. Looks pretty much invincible right now until they're not.
Well, this whole conversation will take a different direction if they do not beat Buffalo on Sunday afternoon. 1 o'clock game, by the way. It was not flex, which kind of surprised me.
The next weekend's flex, though. The Ravens game was flexed to Sunday night.
Like, why? Why not this one? I don't get it. Maybe because it's in Buffalo and it's probably going to be 16 below zero. But this is going to be one hell of a football game. I hope there are snow flurries because they're really added, I think, to the Buffalo Cincinnati game last week. I love watching those games in the snow. And but the teams that you just were talking about, let's stay with the AFC for now because there's other teams, they only can meet them in the Super Bowl.
I get that.
Packers, the Lions. So let's start with the Buffalo Bills. We're going to find out on Sunday. I mean, Buffalo can certainly hang 35 points on the board against anyone. And this would be a big test for the Patriots defense because Josh Allen is he's playing great in December. And they're like the Patriots used to be. And remember in the month of December, their record was almost invincible. It was like 25-1 or something.
Yeah.
Buffalo now, I think, is approaching that. Something like 12 or 13 in one in the month of December at home.
I'll tell you what, but when they come down here, they're playing in Foxborough Sunday.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to think. The game's a pick 'em. I mean, I haven't seen a game all year that's a pick 'em. Not that I'm on the betting side. I just take a look at the Patriots' opponents. But this game is equal. It could go either way. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure out. I mean, they've already played once. The Patriots have already beaten them once. Buffalo needs this game more than the Patriots do, right?
All right. Sunday, a low of 18 and a high of 34 with I have a cloud which looks like rain showers coming out of it, but 65%. But it looks to be cold. It'll be interesting. I'm really pumped up for it.
Yeah, me too. I just can't envision. Maybe it's because it's been 10 weeks since we've seen the Patriots lose a game. I can't see them losing. It seems like one of those impossible things. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how they can lose. Maybe it's just because we haven't seen them lose in 10 weeks, 11 weeks.
We also haven't seen them play a good team other than Buffalo.
True.
I mean, when was the last opponent you saw that was a good football team?
Well, they played Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay lost to the Saints the other day.
I know.
Two
They
wins.
played Cincinnati without Burrow and Jamar Chase.
I mean, things that used to go their way all the time, injuries, calls from officials, have gone their way so far. Does it continue this week or does it stop? I'm right with the odds makers. I think this is a pick 'em. I don't think this is a lock by any stretch of the imagination. I think this is a pick 'em game. And then we get 3 more games to go after that. Buffalo will come within 1 game with a win, right? If the Patriots win, it's all over in the division. Now you're sort of fighting with Denver to see who's going to be the top seed in the AFC.
Yeah, we got that figured out. It's just a matter of what it looks like on the field. I guess it's just because we haven't seen them lose in 10 weeks that it's hard to envision them losing. That's all I'm saying. It's like when they used to, like during the halcyon days, you never would think they would lose. You never would expect them to lose. This is just the same kind of feeling, but they're not the same quality team. This is like a bunch of pickup guys that all of a sudden have shown up at the field and have put together with a team and a coach and a quarterback and have been able to win everything in their way. Granted, everything in their way has been flotsam and jetsam, but on the other hand, they just did what they were supposed to do. It wasn't their fault.
No, it wasn't. But, and one thing I will say on their behalf is that you can go back to when you played Pee Wee football yourself or Little League baseball or basketball. When you go up to that first game, you don't really know if you're any good or not. You sort of look around, your other teammates, and then you win the game. You go, hey, maybe we're not bad. And then, another game, then another game. And that's what's happened with this team. And with each win, their confidence level is through the roof. And they are no longer a team to experiment with. They're a team to be feared. And that usually takes a couple of seasons. And here, it's taken that's taken case in a matter of a couple of months. And, they're a damn good team. And I don't know what's going to happen on Sunday. They got a big job with this Josh Allen and the running back Cook and the 2 tight ends they use all the time. This is a good football team playing pretty good football. That wasn't the case for most of the season for the Buffalo Bills, but it doesn't matter. Who are you after Thanksgiving? And the Buffalo Bills right now came in with a huge win over Cincinnati the other day because that was stunning early on when that score was like 14-3. I was stunned.
Yeah, Cincinnati was in charge of that game until they weren't. Until it was interceptions, which were big weeks for Buffalo, and Josh Allen took over. So we can't really say that Buffalo dominated that game because they did not dominate that game. They dominated the fourth quarter and a little bit of the third, but they got some pretty good breaks themselves. I'm just looking at the Patriots. What are their weaknesses, and how have they been able to mask them? And what are the Patriots' weaknesses?
Strong schedule.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
It's not their fault, as we've said. But what are the defense? Well, the defense, I think, is as good as there is right now. But again, they haven't been really tested. I keep coming back to that. And, you play who's on the schedule. You are what your record says you are, as Bill Parcells once said. But, this is a major test. And I think Baltimore's going to be a pretty good test, too.
No question about it. That game's been flexed.
Yeah.
I agree. And I wouldn't, for the Jets is like having a bye week. We know that.
Yeah.
And Miami's won 4 in a row. I wouldn't look quite past Miami either.
won 4 in a row, and they're scoring a lot of points. So I would not look past them. You're absolutely right. So forget about the Buffalo Bills in the AFC playoffs. Which team that is right now in the hunt, as they say, would you not want to play?
Well, it's a great question.
Denver?
Kansas City, yeah. Well, Denver, yeah, obviously. Denver is a team that I would not want to play.
I would not like to see Kansas City somehow get in, because if they get in and the Patriots don't get the first round seed in the bye, they're playing Kansas City in the first round.
I think it's over for them, Mike. Kansas City doesn't scare me anymore. I'm saying.
As long as 15 is there, I'm scared.
I understand, but I think it's done, over and done. But that's just my opinion. Denver and Baltimore and Buffalo probably are the 3 that I would not want to see. And I just can't imagine miss. And I would say Kansas City's on the outside looking in. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think it's coincidence that Travis Kelce has been a missing person on the year that he is engaged to Taylor Swift? Remember Burgess Meredith in Rocky, and he didn't like Rocky Balboa hanging around with Talia Shire, and he says, "Women, weaken knees."
No, I can't blame him. You know.
All right. So how about Jacksonville? They don't worry you, right?
Well, it's fair to say that they probably do now. I suppose. They're kind of like the Patriots in a way, except they've had a tougher schedule.
I mean, the league is really, there are some really horrible teams in the NFL right now, and you're either a good team or a bad team, and there are as many bad teams as there are good teams right now. Now, forget about the NFC, because we're not going to see any of those teams. Lions, maybe the Bears are a pretty good football team. The Packers, until you get to the Super Bowl. So right now, I think it's paramount that they get the bye and the number 1 seed, because somewhere lurking out there is a team that hasn't really forgotten how to win in the clutch overnight. The Kansas City Chiefs. I think they still do know how to win in the clutch.
I know that you're high, and I know what you're saying. I know you're beating that drum. I just think it's time has just passed them by. But
so fast, and they're in the Super Bowl last year.
Hey, it's the way it is in this league. I could be, Hey, I hope I'm wrong, but it's just the way I feel. But I understand why you're saying what you're saying. I think there's only one other team in the AFC, and that's Denver, that really is a dominant team.
I think they're a team like the Patriots. They're like, where did they come from? You sitting there go, here they come. They're coming up. You're looking over your shoulder and said, who the hell are these guys? And we've seen Bo Nix. He's a clutch guy. That they're playing well. But like the Patriots, are they 1 year wonders? We'll find out, because this is when the good teams surface, and right now the Patriots and the Broncos are the cream of the AFC. But many times you're seeing the cream and the number 1 seed get knocked off because they, for one reason or another.
So when do you think pro football passed baseball as a national pastime?
That's a good question. You asked that right at the beginning. It was, I can't give you a specific year, but it would have to be probably probably right around the last strike they had. Was it like 94 or so, something around there, baseball. And, I think that people got fed up with it. And I think certainly now that that gambling is legal, it just has soared past it. But before that, it was an easy game to for everyone to understand. Even people that really aren't hardcore football fans, they know that okay, I have to pick the Ravens to win by 6.5 today. That's pretty easy. Or you take the 6.5 points. So with the onset and the proliferation of gambling, just start from those old-fashioned little cards, like index cards. Remember, you had to pick four winners, and you'd give it to Guido down the street, but now it's everywhere. So my guess is whenever that last baseball strike was, they were probably neck and neck, and then football just soared past.
You make a really good point because the next question I had was, if betting were illegal, would it be as popular?
Yes, it would be because I think it's easy to understand, and there are incredibly loyal fan bases. You go to a Pittsburgh Steelers play on the road, and a third of the crowd is wearing black and gold. And the same thing with the Colts, and the same thing with the Cowboys. The Cowboys have always been a great road team. They were quote America's team for a long time, which I didn't know, but didn't agree with. But football, it's just an easier sport to understand than baseball. And baseball was too long, and baseball had such a long run of long, long games that people got tired with it because there was action in football. You knew the game was going to last 3 hours.
I don't think that's the case around here with the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox in 2004 were far more popular than the Patriots ever were.
You might be right. That was pretty special when they won in '04 and '07 and 13 and 18 or 19. I can't remember which one it is. But when the Patriots run, I mean the Red Sox run wasn't that bad. They won 4 times. The Patriots won 6 times. But the Patriots were in the Super. They lost a lot of Super Bowls too. They were in 11 of them since '86, which is pretty good. And
But before I do my commercial for Cold Springs RV and we talk about who we're taking, before we talk before I ask you about Notre Dame and the college football playoffs and what you think about that, let me do a commercial, okay?
okay,
Because the off-season pricing is here right now at Cold Springs RV, and now is the best time to buy with their end of season savings. So go on and check out the latest and new and pre-owned pop-ups, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes. Keep your RV secure all winter long with storage starting at just $100 storage month with an RV purchase. Protect your RV with winterizing at their RV Service Center. So get to Cold Springs RV in Ware, New Hampshire, and you're going to say, where's that?
where is that, Bob?
Ware is west of Goffstown and St. Anselm's College,
Okay,
north of Tingsboro, and my friend Donald and Jackie are from. And of course, tell them Lobel and Lynch sent you. You can learn more about ColdSpringsRV.com, more than we could possibly tell you, but we can tell you in a personal way. So we urge you to go out and try to do that. But I was going to ask you, Mike, is there any one person that you would like to travel with cross country, or even halfway across country, and then drop them off if you wanted to in Kansas City? Could be anybody in any form, anybody, any form, any place. And I'll just say my example would be Ken Burns for me, but that's or Muhammad Ali. But just anybody that you would rather go with, wide open.
I'm usually the one asking the questions.
I know that. That's why I'm turning the tables here.
You throw me a little slider or curveball.
Yeah, well, you just sometimes like when we have guests on,
Yeah.
we throw them a curveball.
Okay. Who would
There's
I?
no wrong answer here, Mike. There's no wrong answer.
No, I know. I'm thinking.
Well,
Um,
that's right there. I can smell the whispering.
who would I want to take with me cross country?
I'm
Uh,
available.
I think I'd enjoy because I want to hear his entire story. But as Howard Cosell would say, Jackie Roosevelt Robinson.
Pretty good. Pretty
Jackie
good.
Roosevelt Robinson. I I want to know about all the obstacles that were put in his way. What made him endure and not say, "I can't take this anymore," and just pack it in? What made him just be such a leader? What made him be a survivor? What made him be the great? How could he continue to play at such a high level with so much going on the outside? I'm not sure that 7 days cross country is enough time, but I think we'd have a hell of a time.
I'm proud. You hit it out of the park.
I did, huh?
Yep, you hit it out of the park. Good job.
Yeah. Okay, so Jackie, as Howard would say, and speaking of Howard, it was the anniversary the other night of John Lennon uh, shot, and Howard broke the news on Monday Night Football.
This
I'll
is
never
that.
forget that. He said, "Jack, football. Remember, this is just a game. Football." John Lennon shot outside his apartment tonight. John Lennon dead on arrival.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and he felt that he should have been the one to tell America, and maybe he was the one to tell America. You know, not Walter Cronkite or anybody else, but Howard Cosell. Cosell would never argue with that. And I'm still standing by my pick of Robinson, but Cosell would be an interesting guy to ride across
Took
country.
the words right out of my mouth, right there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many interesting people like Muhammad Ali or whatever. But I think that's a great get. That's a great pick, Mike. Good for you. You really stepped up to the plate on that one. What about Notre Dame in the bowl?
And did you ever ever interview Cosell?
Uh, no, but I've seen him. I was in the press box a couple times at Fenway Park with him.
Yeah, I interviewed him one time, but via satellite. I don't know where he was, but we were on a split screen and we were talking. And I said, "Well, Howard, thank you for your time. I appreciate it." And he says, "Mike, you'll never know what a thrill and what a great experience it was for you. Have me on your show."
It was so great. So true.
Pretty good, pretty good. So where are we now?
Notre Dame in the bowl. I want to know what you think about this.
I'm so disgusted with Notre Dame. You know, they still think that this is the 50s, 60s, and 70s where they're the kings of college football. They're not. You know, they're not beloved by everybody. Every high school all-state player does not want to go to Notre Dame. Those days are long, long gone. And for them to say that I'm not going to any bowl game because I didn't get picked for the team or for the 12-team tournament it disgusts me. It makes me want to puke. And I'm going to root against Notre Dame every single chance I have from now on. That selection process is flawed. There's no doubt about it. I think they should have 16 teams. You'd probably have less arguing going on right now. But, you can't tell me that James Madison or Tulane would give Notre Dame a good football game. They probably won't. But that's the committee, and those are the rules. Notre Dame doesn't have any problem grabbing the money from NBC every year. They won't join the ACC in football because they want all the money from NBC to go in their pocket, and it's been going in their pocket. And they've had things going their way for a long, long time. And just because for once things didn't go their way, well, they're going to be petulant and they're going to take the football and say, "I'm going home. I'm not playing, and you can't use my football." I'm disgusted with them.
And what kind of a lesson, and what kind of an example does that send to the Notre Dame players to say we're not going to a bowl game because we didn't get picked for the college football playoffs. I mean, it's the antithesis of everything you would think you're trying to instill in what that program or what college football is all about, or what any athletic program is all about. I mean, Vanderbilt's a great example. They didn't get picked, but they're still going to a bowl game.
Yep.
A lot of teams didn't get picked, and they're still going to bowl games, and they're happy to be doing it because that's what they do. They play football. I totally agree with everything you said. And Notre Dame's had a lot of great players, as you know. Montana, you go right down the list. A lot of great glories in the past, great players, but this is really throwing a lot of shade on those legacies.
Absolutely, there's no question about it. I'm disgusted with them. They're the kid that doesn't like the rules down the playground, and he says, "I'm going home," and grabs his football and or his glove and takes off. And we've all lived it. Now here it is at the highest level of athletics now, and Notre Dame is setting a poor example.
All right, I'm going to ask you some quick questions.
All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got something?
Well, I happened to tune in the other day to the high school Super Bowl games.
Yeah.
On TV 38, and I saw this thing which really startled me. It was an ad. What was it? Right here. I got it right here. Lowney Sports 1-877-4-NIL-HELP. One guy purports to be a sports attorney and NFL agent. His name is Tim Lowney. And the other person is a woman by the name of Cece Champion, who is a NIL expert in sports marketing. And the two of them are on a high school football game.
Oh my God.
Trying to, and obviously the point is to grab high school kids now as their clients so they can be prepared how to handle NIL money when they get to college. I was repulsed by it. The MIAA sold those ads to them. Shame on the MIAA, and shame on anybody that was involved with them. I mean, what are we going to do next? Are we going to go to Pee Wee hockey games and start recruiting 8-year-olds? I guess we are. But I'm repulsed by it. It drove me crazy.
Yeah, that's an amazing point. That's definitely something to ponder. I agree with you.
Yeah, I took a picture of the screen. I got the number 1-877-4-NIL HELP HELP.
I might just
LowneySports.com.
Maybe they'll take me.
All right, some of your rapid fire questions.
These are just teams that. Can the Patriots beat the Lions?
Yes.
Can the Patriots beat the 49ers?
Oh, yes.
Can the Patriots beat the Eagles?
Yeah. The Chargers beat them last night.
Can the Patriots beat the Bears?
Yes.
Can they beat the Packers?
All these teams are in the NFC, so it's going to have to be. It'll be in Santa Clara.
I know that. I'm just asking if they. I know where they come from.
Packers, yes, they can beat the Packers.
Can they beat the Rams?
No.
Okay. Can they beat Seattle?
Yes.
I guess that's my list.
What's his name? Be seeing ghosts.
What's that?
The quarterback will be seeing ghosts.
Oh yeah, right. Well, all right. I think our time is up. You did a great job today.
All right. Well, let me take care of our good friend George Gray right here because
any stretch of the imagination. Take care of George Gray. He's incapable of taking care of himself, I think.
He is. Well, look, the guy's been hanging around Lexington for over 250 years. So
camps out in the common there.
Yeah. Hey,
he's got his tent and one of those, rifles that you have to put that thing down to clean it out before your next shot.
So if you drive by the Lexington Green and you see a person standing there with a rifle in his hand and he's not moving, it's really George Gray. He's been out there. It's so cold, he's frozen. So just go up to him and give him a cup of coffee or give him a hot chocolate and just thaw him out a little bit. And if he doesn't respond, just keep going right past him on Mass Ave. So you hit 409 Mass Ave. And then right there, if you're ready for your new vehicle, go where Lobie and Lynchy and Barnacle and everybody else we know go. Go see our good friend George Gray at George Gray's Lexington Toyota, not far from the Lexington Green, by the way. We've been customers for years because we know that George Gray will treat you right. They're a family-owned and operated dealership that we trust and you can trust as well. Go see the great George Gray, the big wheel we call him, at George Gray's Lexington Toyota, 409 Mass Ave in Lexington. Or if you don't see him at the dealership, go visit him at the Lexington Green. He's been standing there and guarding the Lexington Green for 250 years. And so just give him a little wink and a little smile. He'll really appreciate it.
Yep, his body may be cold, but his heart is warm.
All right, Robert, thank you. And let us know what you think. Would you rather see us with our lips moving, or do you like the still picture of us right there? Just let us know. And we're always around. And don't forget to follow us at unanchoredboston.com. And more importantly, you can watch this podcast on YouTube. That's right, YouTube. Don't miss us there. All right, Bob, we'll see you next week. Everybody else, we'll see you then. So long, everybody. Enjoy the show.
Bye-bye.